Oh my
Guys,
God.
are you ready to interview the man?
Yeah, is he ready for us? Let's do it.
Michael Pantazis is coming up next, guys.
Well, I'll tell you, we've seen some great plays on the field tonight, but how you're going to see something off the field that's a classic here.
Follow the ball as it goes up the tunnel from the right side of your screen. Watch this fella jump out of the stands into the tunnel. He appears to be at least 10 feet off the ground, if not more.
This is a don't try this.
No, don't try this. Watch this. There he goes, off into space. He catches the ball, goes all the way down the tunnel. And folks, the guy's all right. He's back in his seat.
He just signed a 3-year deal with the Bears. Edgar Bennett picks up two. Jerry Jones just called and signed him.
This guy's back up in his seat. I would have thought he would have broken both his ankles. There he is.
Is he stoked?
This guy.
In more ways than one. He's looking for the Oprah Winfrey show.
Well, they're either going to give him a prize or they're throwing him out. He's got Swanee.
Swanee's got him. He wants to go on. I want airtime. We can't talk to the players during the game.
Hey, Al, we got the guy. What's your name?
Michael Pantazis. I'm from the north side of Chicago. I played football at Sullivan High School.
Well, Mike, you could have gotten yourself hurt jumping down like that.
I played defense, offense. I got great hands. I played football my whole life. I love it, baby.
You got a little Monday Night Football history, too.
Oh, yes.
Let's go back to the game, Al.
Sensible Nation, I can't even contain my excitement to have here on the show. And without further ado, I'd like to personally introduce the man, the myth, the legend, Michael Pantazis. What's going on, Mike?
Hey, guys. How you doing today?
Welcome to Sensible People, my man.
Oh, man. It's a pleasure.
Well, I think we got you right at the right time. It's football season, Mike. I know we'll get into it later, but our very own Chicago Bears were, I guess, left the playoffs in a little disappointing fashion, but we'll get that into the interview. I know our fans are really excited to hear from you, what you've been up to lately. And me personally, I'm really excited to get into this and see what actually happened with the catch, what was involved, and quite frankly, what you've been up to lately. So, Mike, honestly, you're a local legend in the Ring of Friends just because of your persona, your catch, and just your legendary status of what you did as a fan at a professional football game. I want to know, what did you actually say to Lynn Swann before you went onto the field for your interview?
What did I say to him? I just, shook his hand, and I really didn't say much because I didn't get much time with him at the time.
Yeah.
Because it was just an interview that was, spur of the moment. So I really didn't say much to him. But after, I got his number, we hooked up a couple times and talked, and he asked me what I was doing. And basically before the interview, I really didn't get to talk to him much. Security was surrounding me real fast.
Yeah. You just dove right into what you said on the nationally televised broadcast, right?
Yes.
Mike, with how strict everything is today with security in sports, do you think if you made that catch this season, do you think they would have brought you out onto the field and allowed you out there?
I think so because I really didn't interfere with the game. I was on the wall at the time of the catch.
Yeah.
And I didn't, jump over any barriers or anything. I just jumped into the tunnel.
Yeah.
But I think, at first they came around me and, they wanted a ball. And I said, I just jumped 20 feet for this ball. I'm not giving it up.
Hell, you do that, yeah.
And then right after that, Lynn Swann wanted an interview. And so that's how it all started. Then I was on with Weigel right after. And, I was with my best friend and my wife and his wife. And, my buddy's like, you're going to be on everything. And I'm like, I didn't realize. And then when we walked out, I was just on everything, all the sports stations. And when I saw it, I was like, wow. Because, I didn't really realize what I did, but until I seen it live, I was amazed.
Speaking of what you did, how did you make that catch?
Yeah,
how did you do it?
Tell
we
us
need
exactly
to know.
what happened. How did you do it?
Well, basically, I'm an athlete. I've won 25 championships in softball. I was Northside runner-up football player of the year. I've been playing since I was a kid.
Yeah.
In high school, we used to have this thing in gym. We made fun in gym class. So we were in the pool, and we just made up a game where we'd be on the diving board. We'd jump. Someone would throw me under the pool. I'd catch it and go right into the water and hang on. And it's kind of how I practiced this, okay? So we were tough kids, grew up in Chicago. But we made up games, and that was one of them. And I was jumping off the diving board up in the air, and we'd catch it and go down in the water and hang on. And it was kind of like that,
Yeah.
So we did practices as kids, and we did a lot of cool stuff. But the time a catch like that and walk away, you got to be tough. I mean, it looked a lot higher on TV than it really was.
Yeah,
sure.
What was
It was
it?
pretty high, but as I went down the tunnel, it was an incline, so you really couldn't see. But
What was it, about 10?
I did
10
time it at the right time. It was on the wall, and one had tipped off my hands the week before, and I kind of hung jump. And I'm like,
Oh,
man,
so
I
you
could do this
you
no
tried it before?
I kind of hung jump one time. Just
Okay.
To see,
Yeah.
But Butler was the only one who would make it over the net.
Yeah.
So I knew when he was up, I was already on the wall.
Well, like,
Waiting.
I mean,
okay.
just watching the replay of it, it's like you caught it at the perfect apex too. It was like he threw you the fucking ball. It's not like
I
you
know,
bobbled it or
the
anything. I mean, even your haircut at the
No,
time probably
no.
helped you parachute down, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty much, I played 25 years of softball. So when you play in the outfield in Chicago and they have the lights on, you kind of see it. Then off the bat, then you lose it. It comes back. Same thing happened that I saw it, and then the lights kind of blurred me a little bit, and then boom.
And there it was.
Catching.
Well,
But I timed it perfect. And I don't recommend anybody try this. I mean, I've done a lot of stuff as a kid, but see, the whole story is I collect memorabilia. I got about 400 autographs. Okay, so we're at the game the week before or 2 weeks before, and my best friend, we win a game signed ball, and we pull the tickets out, and he wins the ball, and I go, dude, you won the game ball, and I collect memorabilia. I'm getting the ball.
Yeah.
And that's what it led to me making this catch.
Well,
That's
hey,
really the story behind the story.
That's awesome.
you had your sights on it and you went and did it. So
If you
know
think
what?
it,
Good
it'll
for you.
happen.
Exactly.
What's cool for us, Mike, obviously being a little younger than yourself, is, with all the online social media, everything, a lot of things go viral now, quote unquote. But at 1995, when you did this, I mean, there was internet, but not as big as it was today. You
No,
you went viral.
He did.
For what it's
before
worth.
social media.
Before
now,
social media.
Yes, you sure did. Yes, it was. And it's still, the other day someone put up a story, the catch on NFL Vines, and it's got 300,000 hits already, so it's probably going to go viral.
That's
Right.
right.
Wow.
But
No.
a lot of people didn't realize. It's amazing just, how it all explodes. And I've been so blessed, man, with everything from David Letterman, 4 or 5 commercials and so many talk shows,
Yeah.
Oprah, and I've done a lot of stuff. And I mean, I'm 21 most memorable moments of Monday Night History. I'm number 21 out of 30.
That's so
Oh,
awesome.
cool.
I got an SB award. I got an SB.
That's right. You got the SB.
That's so
I'm
awesome.
top SB. I think I'm the top 10 winner too. I'm a top 5 catches of all time on ESPN.
That's
Which a lot of people name me 1. People name me 2. But so I've had a lot of airplay, and I'm so blessed. And every day I just say thank you. I've got another thing that's really cool that you guys can promote. It's called Off into Space. It's a documentary on my life and the catch, okay?
yeah.
It's on video. And what happened was, so a guy I met while I was working, said, hey, you want to do a doc? And I said, no problem. So we did this documentary, and we made it in like 3 days. It's really cool. You guys got to watch it. So anyway, I go into an international film festival, Midwest, and there's 200 films, and I come in second. I lose
Wow.
the film made by ESPN for $100,000, okay? When they watch my film, because they all sit there and watch them, they were just cracking up. So then they put me in for the year, 2,400 films. I come in third.
Oh my.
So now I've been working on some other things where maybe I can get a couple, you never know. Whatever people call me to do, I'll do it. So
Awesome.
So where can we watch this
you
film?
never know. It's been blessed. Pardon me?
Where can we watch this film at, Mike?
Oh, it's on Vimeo. It's
Vimeo,
called
okay.
Off into Space, a guy named Mike.
Feel free to tell our listeners, guys, fucking watch the video. That's what he's trying to say, all right? He's a legend.
Awesome, guys. You guys are left. Now, a lot of the stuff that they put on there, they gave me a script. So some things they beefed up so people would watch it. That I said I could play in the NFL now and some things like that. But, it's down to earth. And
Yeah.
it's funny, though. You'll laugh. They made it funny so people would watch it. And, but it really is
that's so
really
awesome.
a good little doc, 7-minute doc.
You guys
That's another
heard it
thing
here
I've been
first.
doing.
Off into Space, it's called, right, Mike?
Off into Space, a guy named Mike.
That's awesome. So let's circle back a little bit to the catch, because we got a couple more questions regarding the catch itself.
Sure.
The folks that were with you were in a pretty big group, right? Or a few friends at least?
Yeah, it was my wife and and then there's some people around us because those were our season tickets, so we knew a lot of people.
Okay. Did the folks
So they were
around you
kind of
know
amazed,
that you were about to launch?
Launch. Keyword launch.
Not really, no, because it's just I was on the wall, had a few beers in us, and
Hey,
then
Mike, let's be honest. Do our wives ever really know when we're just going to go do something? I don't think so.
We don't know what we're gonna do.
Yeah. I'm just trying to picture myself if I was with a bunch of buddies and I had no idea. I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing if he just launches into the tunnel? But that's what made it epic, I suppose.
Yes, it did.
So, you talked a little bit about how this has been ranked up with the greatest of catches. In my book, this is number one all time, just because of the historical significance.
A lot of people do say that, but you know how ESPN, sometimes they don't want to promote it,
yeah.
which is fine.
Right.
I'm good with it. But
right.
when you look at it, I don't think anybody's ever going to make that catch in our lifetime, guys. It was amazing, and I didn't, like I said, I didn't realize what I did until I saw it on the news, and I was like,
Mike, I put it above like Odell Beckham Jr.'s catch like a couple years ago. I mean, seriously.
One-handed, yeah. One-handed, yeah.
We're talking about, a guy in the stands jumping out into the tunnel, catching you timed it perfect. But
let me ask you a question. After the catch and, you were on Letterman and doing the whole tour and shebang, did you end up seeing people around the Chicagoland area with your name on their backs or anything? Did merch sell?
Not really, but a lot of people would come up to me, and like I went to the Cubs game, they had me on TV.
Yeah.
Everywhere I went, it was like, he's here tonight, but a lot of people just bought me drinks, and, and wanted autographs and different things like that, and signed balls, and I'd sign their stuff. And I've sent some, like I said, I'm going to send you guys a couple autographs, or signed autographs for you guys, okay? Because a lot of people ask for them. I never really sold them, which I probably should, but I just give them away, to people. And because I'm blessed and I'm a coach.
Mike, outside the actual catch, do you put this in, just pure greatest fan moments in the history of professional sports? Where do you think you rank in that? I can't think of any other fan moment that could top it.
Yeah, not too many, man. Not too many. It's going to match that.
Yeah.
I remember back then the Yankee kid tried to steal the ball from me, the home run ball when he was younger. But there hasn't really been anything that could top this, not really anything that I can think of. But I'm up there. I'm in the top 10 for sure.
So, Mike,
you never know. People have different reviews.
What really drew interest for me specifically with you is like I was telling you, is the catch and just, clearly I don't know you, but your personality that you portrayed like in the interview on the field at halftime. And just to kind of circle back, your interview with Lynn Swann on the field, it's like, you just made this unbelievable catch. You fell. You weren't even phased. I could tell you were amped up. And my favorite part is you speaking of you giving the line of, I'm Michael Pantazis. I'm from the north side of Chicago. I played football at Sullivan High School. I played defense, offense. I got great hands. I played football my whole life. I love it, baby. That line is great. And I think, can you repeat that and give our listeners just a now in 2019, that line?
19 shot, yeah. Hi, I'm Mike Pantazis. I'm from Chicago. Played offense and defense. I got great hands, and I played football my whole life. I love it, baby.
Love it.
Awesome.
I picture the ponytail right now flapping in the breeze, Mike.
But I was really, people don't realize, I was a pretty good player. I had a great shot to goal, but, my dad had passed away when I was younger, so I kind of had to help my mom. And, I was running up Northside Football Player of the Year. I had 100 tackles in a year, 16 sacks. When I was a kid, I won, Coach's Award. I was top sophomore in Northside.
Oh my God.
You whooped some ass, man.
And now I coach football for about 7 years, and the kids just love me. I got kids playing all over at Loyola and Notre Dame and some of the city schools, and then I do basketball now. So it's all,
You're inspiring
it's
a lot
all
of people.
full circle for you.
Yeah.
Yes. And when I played football, I loved it, okay? I was a machine. I could scout. I was a machine. I could do everything. I was like a coach on the field. They just had a reunion for the Sullivan High School team. And, man, the coach gave me a 10-minute speech.
Oh.
And I was crying. I was just, it really made me tears. Holly said just I was a great player. And then, we won a lot of games because of Mike. I'm tearing up right now a little bit because it just made me, all the teams are there. And then he sits there and talks about me for 10 minutes. But I had some great coaches. But now what I do is when I coach, I think I love it more than playing. I just want to help kids and turn them into great players and watch them go on to college. And I got 3 boys now that play, and they're beasts. I got a 10, 13, and 14-year-old.
Oh, cool.
One goes to Notre Dame, and both of them are in grade school. But they've been playing football since they were 6.5, and they're really good. And they play basketball. So I've been coaching basketball more now.
It's
But
cool
all
how
about giving
passionate.
back. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Giving back to the kids.
It's cool how passionate we can really tell where you're coming from.
It's touching.
Yeah, I take pride in everything I do, and I own a snow plowing business. MPing snow plowing service, and
That's right. Anybody in the
for a-
Chicagoland, what's it called? MP Snowplowing?
MPing snow plowing service.
Use it,
And then
Sensible Nation.
I've been doing that for about 20 years, and then I do. I'm a tech for Ecotech Pest Control, one of the techs. I do real well there.
Nice.
So, Mike,
And then
after
I do other things. So I'm a hustler.
after the catch, you obviously leveraged, that moment of fame to do a bunch of other opportunities. You mentioned the documentary, you mentioned the tour with Letterman. What was your favorite thing on that, kind of promotional fame tour, that if you call it that, that you enjoyed the most?
So Letterman was definitely a good one. But, to be named 37 most memorable moments of Monday Night History, and it was I'm number 21. And when they shot the shoot, I was downtown, and McMahon was in before me, and Daryl Stingley was after me. And everybody got like a minute of time.
Yeah.
Me and Stingley got 5 minutes because I was just pretty good in front of the camera, and they really like my story. And then what they do is they kind of ask you these questions 3 or 4 times, and then they create this skit.
Yeah.
But that was a top one there, 31 most memorable. The ESPYs was, a dream to go there and meet all these people, and, beyond the ESPYs. I still have that ESPY at home. And so the ESPYs, Letterman, and probably the, 37 moments of Monday Night History,
Totally.
Probably my top 3.
Mike, the night of the catch, what did you have? A couple drinks? What were you drinking?
Oh, yeah. Probably like a 12-pack.
Little liquid courage.
Bush Light, Bud Light.
It was like, it was probably Miller Lite.
Yeah.
The main thing is, I was 28 years old, and, we go out drinking with the boys. I drink a case, man, so a 12-pack
right.
people think it's a lot of beer for me, but no, I was a pretty big guy, and
Yeah.
12-pack, this gets you going, we had a whole bunch of beers under the seat, because at the games, they stopped selling after the third quarter, so you got to be ready,
Gotta
Totally.
be ready to pound them.
Machine on the
Yeah,
field,
I go to
machine
one
at the
lot.
bar.
Yeah.
We make our own little bar there.
That's right.
We didn't tailgate long before. We got there about 6:30. So we had a good time, and it was a nice night because what we used to do is we'd go to the good early games, and then we'd pick the favorite games, and then we'd probably just give some of our friends the other games that we didn't want to go.
Right.
Because sometimes it gets cold out there, but we did a lot. But I've been to 4 games this year. I mean, so many people call me now to go to the games and be with them, which I go, But and the Bears are looking good. I'm very proud of this
Hey, what
management up there and what they're doing.
Mike, tell our listeners, one thing I am disappointed in you is I have seen from pictures is that the haircut's gone. So tell us, when did you get rid of the legendary haircut along with the catch? 10 years?
I think it was like maybe about 5-6 years after the catch. I kind of just snipped it off.
Once the 90s expired.
Mike wanted to stay with the
90s is
style.
gone, and, that haircut, I hate to say it, before I met my wife.
Oh, do you think you'd ever bring it back?
Yeah.
Do you think you'd ever bring the haircut back?
I was thinking about it. I was really thinking about
Do
it.
For
it,
old time's
do it.
sake. For old time's sake.
Hey, I did also want to ask, I know you mentioned you were married at the time and you had a wife, but to clean this up, I guess,
that
a
was
little.
that year we got married that year. We got married in May that year, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Did, after you made the catch and you did the celebrity tour and everything and people knew who you were, I guess I'll put it cleanly, did women present themselves to you as you were this
with the
new,
ladies all over you?
famous Chicagoland guy?
Some were. There was some things coming to me, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And a lot of things in the media, you can't believe everything you read because they beef it up so everybody will read it. You know what I mean? Like the front page of the paper said, Mike's looking for some friends benefits. Girls gotta like guys to take chances.
Yeah.
I never said that.
Right.
And I said, babe, this is the first thing. We just got married 4 months ago. And I'm like, I got a beautiful wife. And I'm like, well, this is what you're going to read today.
Yeah, that's a shame.
So, it was tough. But, it's all in fun. And people, you got to. So when you read things about other people in the world and people that are famous, I know right away because some of the stuff is not true. They beef it up, so we'll read it.
Of course.
Mike, if you ever get in a small argument with your wife, let's say, do you just play the video for her of you making the catch? Because that's what I would do.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
This is who you fell in love with,
Yes,
baby.
a pure legend.
Yeah,
You're,
this is it. Here's your time.
Yeah.
you're like a mythical
You knew
creature.
I was just a, outgoing, nice guy. But I was a tough kid, and I'm not going to say I wasn't.
Yeah.
I was.
It's
brought
what
up in a
shaped
tough
you of who
area
you
in
are
the city,
now.
and- Pardon me?
I said, like your upbringing. It's what shaped you, what you are now,
Yeah.
right?
My brother was tough on me and taught me a lot, and my sisters, and like I said, my dad died when I was 13. He had multiple sclerosis, and so my dad never seen me play. It was really so now I do everything with my kids. They got
That's awesome.
everything they do. I coach them. Because I didn't get that, but my brothers were there, and my sisters, and my mom, and so that it's just a thing that happened in life. And my dad was a professional fighter. He was a 50 knockouts, 100 fights, 50 knockouts.
Oh, no
He was a
shit.
professional fighter. Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, and my brother was a great athlete, and when your mom's got to work to raise 5 kids,
Yeah,
I
that's
kind
tough.
of was with my brothers and sisters, a lot. And
Yep.
so I got friends from all ages, and they were all like my brothers and sisters, so they really molded me into a good kid, and I think I turned out pretty good.
Where
Yeah.
in about North Chicago are you from? I'm curious.
The Rogers Park I'm from.
Rogers Park.
okay.
Okay.
So it's
Yeah.
right on the end next to Evanston.
My dad grew up. My old man grew up on the the north side of Chicago. He went to St. Ignatius and then Gordon Tech.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yep.
Yep. Right
Um,
there on the north side.
yeah, right, that's right. So obviously you mentioned the Bears. You're a big Bears fan. You like the outlook for these coming seasons. How'd you feel about the ending? It was pretty rough on us all, right?
Yeah.
The double doink.
Yeah, it was rough, and the kicker. How hard it is to kick a 45-yard field goal. It's not easy.
Well, the
Especially
Goose Island
Soldier
just
Field.
did that a couple. I don't know if you saw it on the news. They did it a week or two ago, where they had 40 people come out or 100 people try to kick the 40-yarder. Nobody
one
could
made
do
it.
it. Nobody made it.
No, it's very tough, and in that pressured situation, we have trouble with our kids shooting free throws because the pressure's on. You got to hit
Yeah.
these free throws. The same thing at that time. Another thing that Butler used to do. Butler used to he would go practice at Soldier Field.
Yeah.
So that's the key. You got to learn the winds there. So they practice with the winds and the snow and off Lake Shore Drive.
Yeah.
So you would know how to kick there, and Parkey really didn't do
in
that.
the elements,
So I'm sure
No. So make the
whoever needs
kick,
to go
Cody
there needs to go
Parkey.
there and practice, because it's tough in the rig. I mean, it's tough at Soldiers. There's a lot of wind and different things and variable things that happen, and
Mike, how'd
so
you?
we're going to be all right. I mean, for 1 year, we didn't expect to go that
Yeah.
far, and they have a good shot. They should be in this game right now today.
I
but
know.
I know. It's a shame.
We're on the up
it
and up
happens.
though,
It
right?
happens.
Yeah. Mike, I got one last question for you. And I don't know if anybody's ever asked you this. Is there anything in the works and in your mind from Michael Pantazis to top the 1995 catch? Whether it be at the NBA game, a baseball game, another football game, hockey game, whatever. Is there anything else coming?
Have you ever even thought about it? I got to top what I did already.
I really haven't thought about it. I have stacks of tickets from basketball to football. That wasn't the first time I caught a ball. I was at a concert at Rod Stewart, and he kicked soccer balls in the crowd.
Oh,
I
no
caught one
kidding.
there.
You caught
Another
one of the
that
soccer
happened,
balls?
I was at, so I do a lot of that stuff. Another one I did was I was at David Copperfield in Vegas, and he kicked balls out. I caught one there. Whoever caught a ball,
You're like a magnet.
Go
Yeah,
with the
you're a
illusion.
machine.
Why don't you just suit
Yeah,
up right
go
now
with
and
the
just do
illusion.
goal line plays, and we'll throw you as a tight end for the Bears. We'll just throw you goal line touchdowns.
Yeah, I probably could do it.
Yeah.
So I caught one at the David Copperfield. So this is years ago, and then I was on the whoever caught the balls got to go in the illusion. He'd make you disappear. It was really cool. That was another one.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was another one. And then another one I caught. I was at a game. I was at a Sox game, and it's late in the season. I take the kids. There's no one in left field. Konerko hits a line drive, and I'm sitting left about 20 rows up, and I run about 40 feet. Okay, and I'm right under it. Hits my hands. A fan from behind pushed me over the seat.
Oh,
Fucking assholes.
But man, I was so mad. They kicked him out. The police kicked him out. But man, a rocket liner from Konerko. because I played left field, so I was like, boom, I just got up and started running.
Yeah,
over
you
like
just
I was playing,
instinct.
You know?
Well-
Instinct, yeah. So I've done a lot of things with balls and different things, but I haven't been planning to do anything else. My wife's like, you're done, right? I'm done,
Right.
Maybe one of the kids will follow in his path.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, yeah, one of your
Yeah,
kids.
they know. They're very good athletes, and we're training them so they get their college degrees and hopefully go to, D1, D2, D3 school, whatever
Yeah.
they get. But they work hard, and we train them a lot. And I spent a lot of money on camps, and
Yeah.
like I said, I coached 3 AYU teams for the Olympia Park Spartans. Our 7th grade team's 15-0. Our 6th grade team's 6-2, and our 8th grade team's 10-4. So we got some good squads, and we play people from all over the city. We go to a lot of tournaments. We practice 4 or 5 days a week. So I've been doing a lot of that. lately.
You're like the Bill Belichick of the youth sports, Mike. You're just
yes.
winning
I love
championships.
A
Bill Belichick.
little friendlier.
No one really likes the Patriots, but Belichick's a
Yeah.
mastermind.
Oh, he is.
I mean, yeah, they cheated this, whatever. One thing about football is, I scout, okay? So when I coach football, I'd scout the other teams. I'd have a whole board out for the kids. So we knew everything they ran. We beat teams we never should have beat. But like I said, with now, even if they didn't film you, the NFL, they'd have 5 guys watching you, and they'd get all your plays and everything, and they'd still have it. So it's not really cheating. A lot of teams do that. And they
Right.
get all your info, and then it's like a chess match.
Yeah.
You got to make sure you can change things up when they're doing their thing.
You're right.
Well, Mike, it's been a
Yeah.
pleasure having you on, and I really appreciate the time that you gave us. Learning about obviously the catch, but also your personal life, what kind of person you are. I don't know if that's ever came out, but our listeners are going to be really excited to hear what you've been up to and how you made the catch. So,
And what's cool is that, most of our listeners are in the 20 to, 35 age range. So they were too young or, not even alive at the time of the catch. So it's cool to bring back those memories of such a historic moment. So we appreciate the time, Mike.
Thank you very much, guys. You guys have a wonderful day. It was really nice chatting with you.
Absolutely.
you
Take
You
care.
too. Cheers.